I want to thank our producer, Jamie. She's thick and deadly at Jerry Street.
So did you say thick and deadly? Start over.
Was feckin' deadly? So
feckin'. It's not what I heard.
I also heard thick and deadly.
Thick and deadly.
No, feckin'. I'm trying to do the Irish thing.
Feckin'.
Because all the fucks in this are fecks.
Yeah, I
Should
hear
I
it now.
change it?
No, just start over now that I know what it is.
I'm trying.
I'm gonna get it on my tombstone. It was thick and deadly.
Oh, God. I've never had to do this before. Give me a second, I'll burp into it.
It's the last thing we have to do.
Huh?
It's the last thing we have to do.
I know, we're done. I'm trying.
To make a sandwich.
Welcome to another episode of the Creature Popcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Lindsay.
And alas, all squirming things must come to an end. Today, we close out this year's Wormuary with 2012's Grabbers, written by Kevin Lehane and directed by John Wright. It's a hearty bowl of Irishness, half an idyllic postcard, and half a creature feature. Lindsay, what say you before we get into the movie?
Okay, I've seen this movie one time.
Well, you've seen it twice now.
Oh, yeah. Beforehand, I had seen it once when it first came out a long time ago with you.
Me too. Yeah, this is the second time for me too.
And I left that movie thinking it was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good little romp. And I feel like the same opinion.
Yeah. On the road to Wormuary, we were like, oh, yeah, this fits. And we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Okay. All right, so this movie starts with Earth from space, because all worms come from space, right?
Hang on. Say the next part.
And then a glowing white light burning across the sky. What do you want me to say?
That's right.
Are two people in a car?
No, it's a boat.
And it's three people.
So, yeah, I was thinking about this, and I was clocking of the 6 now movies, the 2 Wormuaries that we have done, 5 out of 6 come from space. Tremors is just a theory, is Fred's theory that it comes from space.
Right.
A full 50%, half of them start with a fucking meteorite falling to Earth.
Yeah, they
with
do.
a worm in it.
They do, yeah.
So in this case, it falls to Earth into
the ocean.
Yes. Right next to a sea trawler.
Yes.
If we had to speculate on other origins for creepy worms other than space, what would it be? Like a lab?
A really sexy lady that just hangs out in a English countryside, obviously.
Melting ice caps?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Just like a prehistoric creature
prehistoric
that's coming back.
Yeah, it just lives in the lair.
And then you got like Cthulhu monsters, you know, like something that sleeps for 10,000 years and then comes back out.
Those are cosmic elder gods, though. They did originally come from space.
I had this argument with my coworkers the other day.
I mean...
someone invents the idea in their mind and their idea comes to life. Like if you have anxiety so bad that it kills people.
Sure. Anyway.
Okay, but these worms canonically come from space.
These are more meteorite-delivered space worms.
Right,
But wait, are they worms yet? Hang in, dear listener. Maybe we don't even know what we're talking about
We'll get there. Okay, we zoom in on a fishing trawler, and a deckhand is mopping, and he sees a burning light across the sky that lands in the ocean.
I will say this is the prettiest meteorite of all the
movies.
It is.
It's really pretty.
Beautiful.
It's glowy.
It's blue.
Yeah.
It looks like crystalline as it goes through.
It's very nice. So the skipper is calling in what they saw into the Coast Guard. They think it was a flare.
They think it's a distress flare. And then the one guy's like, that ain't no flare.
Correct. And then the Coast Guard asks them if they see anything, and the skipper yells out the window to ask Roy, the first mate. Then he starts screaming, Roy does. And he gets pulled into the ocean. The deckhand then starts calling man overboard into the radio. Then the skipper finds fresh blood on the bow of the boat. I'm not sure where. Yeah. So then water sloshes, and something pierces the skipper's torso. Real fast. It's pretty cool how fast it moves.
Yeah, it's like the tongue of a frog and how it moves.
Or like a chameleon.
Or like, but it's off camera, obviously. We don't know what this thing is.
And then he gets pulled into the water. Then deckhand then screams after him, and he goes, Skipper, Dad!
I love details like this because it makes you... The writers give a shit. You don't need to know about any of these characters. These characters never come back.
No.
But the fact that he's like, Skipper, and then goes, Dad, is like...
It's a little heartbreaking.
It's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because, on this ship, I'm captain and you're this, but shit's going wrong. And so he breaks down to being a child again.
Right.
Yeah.
So the deckhand, which I wrote Greg because I watched this on Prime, it told me his name was. He grabs an axe and heads to the bow, but a creature is growling and advancing, and it gets him. So then we get title card.
Yeah, all this is at night, and, on the sea, it's just like the boat lights, and there's splashes and thwips, and then we hear the yell, and the camera is pulled way back from the trawler, and the camera pans over to who they've been calling for, which is Havens Point, which is this is all happening 5 miles off of Havens Point of Aran Island.
Got it.
Which we'll talk about that in a second. But yes, then the title card comes up, grabbers.
Right. So then we're with a guy, and he wakes up from what looks like a really heavy night of drinking.
Still clutching that bottle in his hand.
We learn that he's a Garda, which is what they call police in Ireland. His name is Kieran. He's actually Richard Coyle, which I remember him from the Coupling TV show from the early 2000s, if anybody else watched that.
Yeah, everybody, this is a who's who of Irish folks. Everybody.
He's not Irish, though. He's British.
But, okay. These people are in a lot of stuff and a lot of the same stuff. They're in a lot of Sherlock's, a lot of Doctor Who's, a lot of stuff like that together.
Sure. Yeah. There's a lot of people you
But a lot of people I don't know. I recognize, but I don't know.
Yeah, I recognize so many people. It was really funny when, I look up certain people and, they'll have their Doctor Who character be as their main picture.
It's very much one of those things. There's only one actor in here that I'm like, I absolutely know where you're from.
Mm-hmm. We'll get there, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to him in a bit.
Okay, so then we see a lady Garda, Lisa, and she's on a ferry, and you can tell she's, super worried about her uniform, so she's, trying to present herself
This is pretty much jumping back and forth between drunk Karen getting up and trying to he even pulls out of a trash bin the dregs of a whiskey bottle and steals himself to drink it because it's required for him to get out of the day.
Yeah.
And then to Lisa, who's on a ferry, who's crisp uniform, very buttoned up, and we're cutting back and forth between the two.
Right. So then we see Lisa exit the ferry, and a big group of tourists get back onto the ferry.
Yeah.
So, it reminded me of the Wicker Man when they had type thing when the tourists, leave the island.
Sure.
But
you're talking about the Nicolas Cage one?
No, I'm really actually talking about that Red show I recently watched.
Okay, so you're not talking about the Wicker Man at all.
No, but I thought... yeah.
So what? But she thought she was.
I thought it was.
What it reminds me of is as this group of tourist families move, they walk past a sign that says Aran Island welcomes you. It's very much to me like Jaws, because they have all of the touristy families in Jaws, and a big sign that says Amity Island welcomes you, and below it says Amity means friendship.
Right.
I think it's trying to draw that kind
sense.
of a parallel here. Now, Aran Island does not exist. I did some research last night not to piss any Irish people off. There's an Aran Island, A-R-A-N. It's a chain of islands off to the west of Ireland. Then there's an Aran Island in New Zealand, spelled E-R-I-N. And then there's the Isle of Aran, which is a nickname for Ireland in the whole. This is just a fictional ass place.
You're right. So Lisa notices Kieran and introduces herself.
Yeah, she loses the map and bends down. And when she comes back up, the camera's through Karen's car. So it's like our two characters have been watching their mornings back and forth, and they just kind of cross paths right here.
Right. He's obviously hungover, and he's not interested in her at all.
No,
but
this is
he's there to pick her up. So
yeah.
Now they're driving along, and Karen breathes out a big sigh, and Lisa offers him a mint. Guessing he smells of alcohol.
Well, that's his relationship.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't even want the mint. They do not like each other from go.
No, he's it gives me indigestion. So now we get back at the Garda station.
Right.
Yeah.
We're meeting the sergeant.
And we meet the sergeant. Yep. He's going on vacation for 2 weeks. This is how we learn that Lisa's covering his vacation.
And why...
She's from Dublin.
Yeah. And this is why Karen immediately doesn't like her, because he's like, I can handle a 2 weeks vacation, sergeant. When you're gone, he's like, you fucking absolutely cannot.
That's not what he said. He said, yes, you can. You will not.
Fine. Okay.
This is what he said.
Yeah. Sure. But that's just it, because he's not given the opportunity, because you could get the sense that Karen is a total drunk fuck up.
Yeah. He's checked out. So we flash to the fisherman docks, and there's some fishermen that have lobster traps.
These are lobstermen.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Lobstermen.
So
with lobster
because
traps.
They have these lobster traps are very particular.
And then one of their traps has a critter in it, but they don't show us the critter. It's just making the critter noises.
The older one is named Patty, and he's very excited that something weird is caught, and his younger lobsterman does not give a shit. It's not a lobster, and he doesn't really care.
No, he doesn't care. So then the creature, like, spits at the younger fisherman, and it smells very, very awful. Like when a cat sprays, like worse than urine, you know? And we leave the scene without discovering what's in the trap. And then the Garda arrive on the beach all of a sudden because they were called to the beach.
Yeah, I actually like the structure of this movie because the characters move from one scene to another, and only later do you know why have we moved over here. And then it shows, it does cut to an old man and his dog. The only reason I bring it up, and it's really next to nothing, is that this is actually is right after the mint scene before the sergeant scene. So out on a sprawling Irish coastal field, an older man and his Burmese mountain dog stroll to the sea, and as they get over to the ocean, the camera pans left to right, and there's just these whales, these courses of whales speckled throughout. And I only wrote it because former President Michael Higgins of Ireland, he just termed out, I guess, last year. He got basically social media famous because he always had his Burmese mountain dog brood with him.
Yes.
We all know that.
And I really think this is like an homage to him. We're like, we love our president because he's got a cool dog. This character, I really think it's just there as an homage to him because he doesn't pop back up.
Actually, later, at the very end of the movie, there's a comment about the doctor's dog. I bet it was him.
Oh, do you think it's a county doctor?
Yes.
Speculation.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a character, and I can't I guess I'm racist against Irish people. It's okay because I'm one of them. Anyway.
All Irish people look the same.
All of this needs to be cut out.
Okay. The Garda arrive at the beach, and a marine ecologist named Adam Smith is inspecting the dead whale bodies. He is from the British version of Being Human. He's the guy with the big ears.
And that's what I was going to say. This is the actor that I know. He's Russell Tovey. He was in Sherlock and he was in Doctor Who. But I remember most from this British show Being Human, where he played a werewolf that cried all the time.
Yeah.
And he ruined the show for me because he was just a whiny, weepy cry.
I never watched.
Clutching at his chest because he turns into a monster at night and kills people. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
He was like, oh, you become a murderer. It's so sad for you.
The beast inside of me came out again. Shut up.
You're like, you killed people, buddy. They're dead. Don't you think they're a little sad?
Yeah. So, I had to drop out of that show. And I think of every time I see him, I think, you ruined a werewolf show for me. But he immediately clocks Lisa and just starts like
flirting with her.
Immediately.
Yeah. So he tells them that the whales all died at sea at one time and then washed up. They're covered in cuts, which the ecologist thinks is just from the rocks as they washed up.
He basically shrugs us off. He's like, these are pilot whales. This happens from time to time.
Yeah.
No one knows
And
why.
they're like, all at once, all of them? And he's like, eh.
and I clocked this. This is the first time that Kieran actually gets concerned.
He does.
And the camera shows us by watching him stare out at the sea and is like...
He's thinking.
This isn't right.
Right.
This isn't a normal thing that's happened here.
Right. So then, for some reason, I didn't clock why, the guard now go to some sort of work site.
That's, again, the movie going, we cut to it and we're like, why are we here?
Yeah.
And immediately it's through the interaction. This is Cooney's place.
Right, they're looking for Cooney because they need his crew to get the whales off the beach.
That's essentially what
so,
the
like,
reason
the
they
movie,
came.
yes, you're right. The movie moves and then tells us why.
And then tells you why. And I don't hate it. I'm like, why are we here? And it's immediately like, this is what's next. It's like, we need my buddy who has his construction company and all these big movers in order to get all this dead meat off of our beach.
Yeah, it's a lot. So now we've cut to the fisherman with the lobster trap, Patty, and he's taking it home, and he's filled his bathtub with water. And he puts the whole cage into the bathtub. And it's really funny because he's like wearing a welding mask.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask in order to keep it from spitting at him or getting on him.
Exactly.
He's now wearing a welding mask.
Yes. So then we're back at the beach, and the sun is setting. It's really pretty. And the crew has picked up all the whales, and they've put it in their trucks, and they're moving out.
And Cooney calls... whale sandwiches for life, bro.
Yep, exactly. Whale sandwiches for life. The foreman then yells at Daly because he's leaving shovels behind. So Daly turns around and runs back to get the shovel. So he's the last one to leave the beach.
Yeah.
While he's there getting the shovel, he sees something through the sand, and it looks like an egg.
A big egg, and it's like a bowling ball size egg, maybe a little smaller.
Yeah, okay. So then he picks it up and he starts to like walk away with the egg, and then something grabs him and pulls him down. He like grabs his leg so he falls face first.
And it's dragging him into the ocean.
Yeah, drags him screaming.
Like at speed.
Yeah, really
this poor
fast.
actor. Actually, I think when I was looking at this, a couple of these actors are mostly stuntmen.
That makes
and
sense.
I feel like this guy was, because it definitely was tied to a vehicle and dragged across this beach of the water.
Makes sense. Okay, so the foreman gets tired of waiting.
Cooney has to go back and look for him.
Yeah, and he has to go back and look for him, and he finds the shovel, but no Daly.
Yeah.
That's like the last we see of Cooney for now.
So I'm going to just do this now, because during this moving off the beach and then going out to find Daly, time has passed. The sun's going down. Cooney going out to the beach is this beautiful panoramic of a pink and blue
pretty.
sunset. And
Makes you want to go to Ireland.
that's what this is. That's 100%. So a lot of the slowness of this movie is these sweeping vistas of Ireland's shores and its cliffs and whatever. And I did a little research that almost all the production companies are Irish based, and they have an Irish cinema board that gives you money to make movies that
feature
with
Ireland.
the caveat of like make us look pretty.
Yeah.
Which this movie absolutely does. There's so many moments where
we could have hung out in that town for a week.
Yeah, oh fuck you. There's so many moments where they could cut away because the scene's open, but they choose to just be like, hey, look at this real pretty place. Which is a funny game of plate spinning where you're like, come see our beautiful island. Also, worms are here and killing people, but they pull it off pretty well. So that night at the pub.
Yes, Kieran is at the pub, and the news in the background is talking about the boat with no fishermen.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's sitting next to Patty.
He's sitting next to Patty.
Just now I'm clicking on because I'm Irish racist,
right.
apparently.
And then Lisa comes down and asks for an iron. So we learn that Lisa's staying here at the pub, which is, most pubs like
Common.
this
It's an
are
inn.
inns. Yeah.
And she's out of uniform, obviously, in her comfort clothes, and is striking.
Right.
She's very different looking, and it's catching the eye of everyone, especially Kieran.
Right. So then Una, the proprietress.
She's awesome.
She is awesome. And she's in lots of things too.
She's Brana Gallagher. When you see her, you're like, yeah, you're that Irish chick.
So she's trying to convince Garda Kieran to talk to Lisa because she thinks that she likes him. From one interaction about an iron.
It's because, well, she says that. She's like, I could see the sparkle, especially in Karen. Like, she's doing this, like, old, like, I'm a matchmaker type of thing. I get the vibes.
Right.
Which couldn't honestly be further from the truth at this point in the movie.
Right.
Because I think, I get that Karen maybe is, like, acknowledges that she's attractive, but he's not approaching her.
He's so self-involved with his own drinking at this point.
Right.
He hasn't even thought about it.
He only starts getting jealous when the biologist starts doing it. So that in itself is a...
sort of. No, because he goes and talks to her that night.
Okay, but he's drunk as fuck.
He's drunk.
Let's talk about
that. Okay, so
that.
Patty, who's sitting next to Kieran now, he's trying to get Kieran's attention without actually talking. And, like, he's doing, like, body movements to get his attention. And then finally, he's like, what do you want? You know? So Patty tells Kieran that he caught himself a sea monster.
Caught a sea monster.
And Kieran doesn't believe him, of course. He asks him where it is, and Patty says it's in his bathtub. And Kieran's like, good night, Patty.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and he calls him an ignorant bollocks. Patty calls Kieran an ignorant bollocks.
And Patty is clearly the elder town drunk. In a town of drunks, Patty is like the elder statesman of drunks.
Right.
Kieran will almost certainly take his place if he survives long enough.
Right. So then it was really funny that, like, there was a scene there when he called him the name, Kieran, like, stops moving in his tracks, just like when Marty McFly gets called Yella.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to escalate.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't.
He lets it go.
He just leaves. But the proprietor, and his name is Brian, he bans Patty while Kieran walks away. He's like, you're banned.
Well, I mean, kind of.
He's probably banned for
Patty's
the night.
mumbling under his breath that is like, if this weren't the only fucking bar in this whole fucking island, I wouldn't come here. He's like, okay, cool, you're banned. He's like, oh, come on, man.
Okay, and then we're now at a new place. We're in a new house. And we hear, they're coming for you, Barbara.
Yep,
I'm like,
again.
of course, once again.
Have I ever talked about this on the podcast?
No, we have not talked about this on the podcast.
Okay, so every time you see, for a long spate of time, you saw a horror movie in a horror movie, someone's watching one, it is Night of the Living Dead, the original George Romero 1968. George Romero famously let the copyright on it lapse. It later became one of the most influential horror movies of all time, but it enabled it to fall into public domain George Romero has this beautiful history of making kind of like groundbreaking movies and then making not a red cent on it while everyone else does. And so because it fell into public domain so early, everybody was able to use it as a kind of like a, you're in a horror movie because your characters are watching a horror movie. And almost always it's, we're coming to get you, Barbara, at the very beginning of the movie. Yeah. So, and it turns out this person watching the movie, it took me a second, is this younger lobster man.
From the wharf.
Yeah, from the wharf.
Yeah, so there's a couple, and she's in her robe, and she's blow-drying her hair, and yes, the other guy's asleep in his chair. There's a knock on the door.
Yeah, there's a thump.
And then the husband looks out the peephole and sees Declan Cooney outside.
This is crazy.
And he's super drunk. Yeah.
The wife is like, who is this? And he's like, it's Declan Cooney, and he's fucking pissed or whatever. Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm going to do a shitty Irish accent for so much of this. I don't want to. It's involuntary, and I'm bad at it. So deal with that. So you don't see it at first. And then he opens the door.
And
it's incredibly clear that Declan Cooney is being dangled in front of his house as if it's bait on a fishing line.
It is 100%, yes. His feet are dangling and barely touching the ground, and he's being puppeteered. It is frightening.
It's terrifying.
And then he falls down. So, like, the husband, though, still, like, obviously, like, if in this situation, you wouldn't immediately think that there's a giant monster puppeteering a body. He thinks something's...
Not when I looked through a peephole, but when I opened that door and saw that, I would be like, fuck no, that's a corpse being dangled there, and you can't tell me I
But the husband does not think that, and as Declan Cooney falls to the ground, because the monster let it go, he runs outside and asks him if he's okay, and then something suddenly comes out of the sky, stabs him through the torso, and then lifts him up is super duper fast.
Now, this thing that stabs him is a version of that tongue thing we've already seen, but it's bigger.
Way bigger. Yeah, way bigger. So the wife then screams because forgot she was behind him the whole time.
Yeah, she's seeing this.
She's watching it. And she runs inside, and then she proceeds to close every single door. So, like, she has, like, a hallway in the middle of her house, and, like, all of the outside rooms have windows. So she's, like, literally closing every single door to protect herself in the middle.
I don't know why she was immediately like, I have to shut every entrance into this, because she ends at closing the chimney
flue. So at the very end, there's one room with a chimney, and she's got to close the flue. There's a door on that room. Why don't you just
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, don't stick, like... Whatever.
She sticks her head up it to try to reach the flue, and the thing gets it and pulls her up, and nothing left but her fuzzy slippers.
Yep.
And the whole time, everybody's screaming. Like, you can hear him screaming, you can hear her screaming. It's dumb and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it's what the movie is.
Yeah. Okay. We're back at the pub, and Kieran is drinking the rest of the alcohol from a flask he had, and he's, like, in a hallway. And then we find out he's actually knocking on Lisa's door. So he invites her to come on down and have a drink, but she's like, no, I gotta work. And he's like, it doesn't matter. Nothing happens here. No one's gonna tell on you. And she's like, you're drunk. And he seems to be a charming drunk, you know, like not an angry drunk or a dumb drunk.
I'm starting to see why Lindsay may like me. Because I don't find this guy very charming at all.
I was really trying to stay quiet that whole time. I was like, a charming drunk.
Yeah, he's charming.
That's an interesting take.
Well, what's funny is I don't find him very charming, but also I can see myself a little bit in the mirror here. So
okay.
Maybe I'm getting away with something.
He then knocks over a table, and Lisa tells him to get you to bed, and he literally falls asleep standing.
Yeah, I mean, there's some funny Irish stuff here where he's like, I'm not drunk, and she goes, do the alphabet backwards, and he goes, Z, etc. And then he's like, I'm going to drive you home. He's like, I'm taking someone's horse. And she's like, really? He's like, the horse is sober. So there is some cute little, like,
there is, like
here.
I said, charming.
Fine. But he does fuck up, knock over her shit. The mood is spoiled.
Ruins it, yeah. So now we're back at Patty's house, and he puts his welding mask on to go check the trap, but it looks like something busted out and left an egg.
Yeah, there's an egg there.
So
and there's slime on the wall.
He finds slime on the mirror. Suddenly, a tentacle monster starts attacking him. It was in the corner of the ceiling like a spider.
This is the first time we see one of these things.
It's pretty cool. It's blue.
Guys, the special effects in this tiny movie are great.
They are so good.
And each version of this is great in a different way.
Right.
This is a little dude, like up in the corner. It looks so gross.
It
looks like something you might find in a smaller version of this and just be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like a nest of daddy long legs.
Yeah, it's just a nest of tentacles. But it's a pretty blue.
Yeah, a weird etheric blue.
But it has
then
a
when it
mouth
turns around,
like a leach.
the center of it is like a leech.
It's
mouth.
a leech.
Yeah.
It's literally this circle hole with a bunch of little teeth on it. Like a leech. It's just like a leech.
And the teeth actually, if you watch them, do cool things where it's like leech teeth, but then they turn into almost fan blade teeth, and then they turn even further into like they have different serrated modes or something. Anyway.
So then it suddenly throws a thin tentacle at his neck, which turns out to be the tongue, and then jumps on him. So then Patty seems to have to fight it off. He actually is able to fight it off, and he kicks it to death.
Yeah.
You can see it's like a shadow, and he's stomping.
He kicks it to stopping.
Well, we think it's to death in the movie at that time.
These things apparently are incredibly hard to kill.
Yes, they are. So the next morning, we're at the pub, and Lisa signs for something at the desk, and Una tells her that Kieran is widowed, and that he doesn't talk about it, and she tries to sell her on the honeymoon suite because
she's like, but
you need a bigger bed in case there's two people here.
You need a bigger bed?
She's like really pushing them together. Yeah. Then Lisa goes to the station, and we open the drunk tank, and it turns out that's where Kieran is.
Yeah, basically, she's like, you arrested me. And she's like, no, you passed out before I could figure out where you lived.
Right.
So this was the only place I could think to put you.
Right.
Wouldn't literally every other person in that town be able to tell her where he lived?
Yes.
Yes. But everyone in this town, I think, is as drunk as he is at this point.
Well, also, she seems like one of those people who are super functional, and have to do everything themselves.
And she also
so she's not going to ask anybody where he lives.
She had a place in mind, so she just did the place. She's not going to, like you said, won't ask
also,
for help.
she's tiny. How'd she fucking get him there? Without help.
Whatever. That can't be the level of nitpicking we're doing.
I know, but if we're already nitpicking, I'm happy to nitpick.
A common trope in K-dramas is that somebody gets too drunk and the person that they're wooing or in love with or whatever has to come and pick them up and get them home. What's always cute when it's the girl is too drunk and the guy comes to get her because he piggybacks her. But there have been several of them where it's the guy gets too drunk and then this tiny little woman comes to pick him up and then they cut away and they're
teleport.
just she's just tucking him in to his bed.
There.
And I'm like, what?
The cab driver obviously
in
helped.
what way did you move this man?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're at the station. They receive a call. And then we cut, and we see Patty is leading them to the marine ecologist's office, the lab.
This is Dr. Adams' lab. It's very much like in a boat.
I love that you also call him Dr. Adam instead of Smith. They all call him Smith, but I call him Dr. Adam.
I won't dignify. No, I don't like him in this either. He's not a real likable character.
No, okay.
But his lab isn't like what you would immediately think as it's not a medical lab.
It seems
it's
like
almost
warehouse.
Like in a boathouse or something.
Yeah, it seems like a boathouse.
And he is there and made a makeshift
it's a makeshift lab.
It's almost as if he's been called here for this, and he's had to make do with what they had.
Right, yeah, it does feel like that. So it seems that Patty has delivered the body of the tentacle monster to Dr. Adam at this lab. Patty is calling it a grabber, and Dr. Adam says he refuses to call it that, and Patty's like, I found it, I get to name it.
So this conversation is exactly Tremors.
Yes, it is.
And in Tremors, it's graboids. Yeah. Patty is insisting they're called grabbers.
Yes.
So what the fuck, man? Mm-hmm. Also, a little apology to Jamie. I was listening to earlier Wormuary episode where we were talking about, it was Slither, and we were talking about rock, paper, scissors, and you were like Tremors, and we just kept rolling. And you know what? You're right. It was like Tremors. I'm starting to think that all these Space War movies are drawn from the same
well.
We're going to have to reassess our list for next year.
It's just one guy selling the same script and changing it a little each time. He's like, hold on.
It's just like homage onto homage, or whatever.
Okay, so they've come in, and after that conversation, Dr. Adam then turns to Lisa and says, hi. And Lisa's like, hi. And then it prompts Kieran to also make fun of them and say hi. It was this cute little, She asks him what it is, and he's like, I don't have a clue. He says that what it is completely foreign species, and he can't even begin to classify it.
He can't even classify this thing.
Yeah,
he can't even promise that it's dead.
Yeah. Kieran asks if it's dead, and Dr. Adam says he's not sure. I don't know.
But
he won't be able to tell without opening it up.
Right. So this thing is splayed in front of them, and it pretty much would cover this table, which is, 4 feet?
4 feet,
square.
Yeah. It's not
so
huge.
It's just like a big mouth pointed up, and then tentacles splaying out all over, all sides.
Right, and they're all looking at it, and then Patty hits it with a stick.
have we investigated the tongue yet?
Not yet. We're going to. So Lisa asks what's in its mouth. And Dr. Adam excitedly is like, ooh, that's its tongue. Check it out. And then he grabs some weird tweezer things and starts pulling the tongue out.
Which, as we've seen in very fast mode a couple times by now, but in long, he says it's like a frog's.
It's like a frog. And
it can drain you.
Right. And it's whip fast and sharp. The doctor guesses that it bleeds its prey like a leech. So he demonstrates trying to clean up what's, like, with a small swab. He's trying to, like, show them, like, cleaning.
Yeah.
Watch what happens when I clean the tentacle. Like, I'm trying to, like, clean it off with water, a wet swab.
And the water seems to electrify,
it does.
right?
It seems to, like, flicker in the skin.
Yeah.
And it, like, it's like that section of its skin became alive.
Right.
Just that one little patch.
Which this reminds me of, have you ever seen those videos of, like, people freaking out when they put, like, salt on frogs' legs?
Yeah, and it starts to move.
It's kind of like that. It's super, it's disturbing. And they also do this with tentacles. Or squid, probably squid, where if, there's a saline added to it and it's a fresh enough thing, they start flopping, even though it's horrifying looking, but it's just science.
Yeah, it's just
so
science.
This is kind of evoking that kind of, the idea of the water is somehow reinvigorating and going through the body.
And this is where Dr. Adam then jumps to the conclusion that the tentacle monster only needs blood and water to live.
Which we have no idea where he would get that from.
Where would he get that from? He's just like, because I can clean it off and it comes alive with water, it just needs blood and water. It doesn't need anything else.
Where did it get? No.
Blood, because it feeds on blood.
Sure.
Yeah, because they already decided it was like a leech. It feeds on blood.
Sure.
Yeah. Patty then asks if he can put it on eBay. And Dr.
Patty's whole thing this entire time is from the moment he found the quote-unquote sea monster to now, he's like, I need money.
Yeah. And then Dr. Adam tells Patty he's lucky it didn't kill him. And he's so condescending to Patty the whole time. It's awful.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
And then he's like, hey, by the way, she was pregnant, and pulls out an egg that he's sliced open.
Right.
Yeah.
He's already sliced it open, and inside it just looks like a whole mess of... It actually
Grossness.
looks like those Filipino buried eggs that have the little chick still inside of it. They're fermented and you eat them.
Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
know
sorry.
what you're talking
Do
about.
not want to look at it. It's a lot.
But as he opens it, it's extremely smelly. And you could tell by everybody's reaction. Kieran then asks Lisa if she thinks the grabber would have anything to do with the whales. And he's like, it's just a hunch. But she doesn't know. Okay, so they leave the lab. And as they're leaving, they see Declan Cooney's car at the beach.
Right.
And he's like, that's weird. I'm going to go down to the beach.
Right.
And so they see the keys are in the ignition.
And he wouldn't normally leave them there.
No, but there's no Cooney.
And
then we notice the house up the hill.
Which is the second Lobsterman's house. And
Yeah,
he's
we
like,
didn't write his name down.
it's very Gaelic. It's Trigger.
Oh.
I am absolutely not pronouncing it correctly.
It's
but
Tad.
It's Tad.
It's Tad, but
Yeah.
I meant his last name. Like it's McCoy or it's Mick something.
Something
yeah,
like that.
Something like that.
Because it's the thing in the vicinity, they're like, we're going to check here first.
Right, yeah. Okay, so they go to the house and they see that some slate has come off the roof.
Right.
And they're like, well, something's wrong. So they get a ladder and go to investigate. Lisa goes up. She finds shredded flannel that smells just like the grabber.
Yep.
But it's stuck on something. So she starts pulling on it. And suddenly it comes loose and a head flings out of the chimney and hits Kieran in the face. Yep. So then they take the head to the coroner. And the coroner is the doctor.
We'll
What's
say...
his name?
Again, he was face blind to me until the end. I just call him the county doctor.
Okay, so the county doctor who's acting coroner. He's like, it was mauled by some sort of an animal,
Well,
maybe
it's funny
a
because
tiger.
they're like, what do you think did it to him? He's like, it's a fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, how, I don't know, he's mauled by something. Something
He's like,
took his
maybe a
head off.
tiger.
Yeah.
A tiger is such a wild guess.
Right.
Because he's like, I'm just a country doctor. I shouldn't be, yeah.
So why wouldn't he go with an animal in
would
the
say
country?
Any person, I don't care what medical school they went through, if we're given a head and asked what did it, would be like, I can't tell you that right now.
Okay, well, Temperance Brennan could solve it with a tooth.
Yeah.
One tooth. She'd have it done.
Sure. I have not seen this show.
Yes, you have. Bones.
Fuck.
He doesn't recognize the name.
No, I had put
Brennan.
that name and that whole show in a little room in the back of my head that I didn't know you guys had keys to. That was from a previous girlfriend.
Yes, it was. That was a long time ago.
Correct.
It's an old show. Okay. So then suddenly Patty bursts in and he gets the guard to go with him down to his house where his bathtub is on the lawn and there's a giant hole in the side of his house.
So again, I love how this movie jumps to be like, Patty's come in because he has an emergency, and it cuts to, what's the emergency? A hole in the side of my fucking house and my bathtub out in the field, and you're like, what is this?
Exactly.
And it starts to dawn on you that there's something
attacked
very
his house.
mad
Yeah.
about where this smaller thing has been. Yeah.
It's very, yes, it does.
The movie just lets it like come to you.
It does. It is kind of fun to kind of like think about it. It's not just explaining everything.
Yeah.
That is fun.
It's a tiny little mystery that's happening.
Okay, so now they get out a map of Aaron Island to like show where all the incidences have happened.
Yeah.
And
It's another goddamn map scene.
it is a map scene. So like, what's his face? Kieran, he's like, I thought there would be a pattern, and there's no pattern.
Which I love. So remember in Slither when they're like, we know where he's going next on the map, and it turned out it's just a fucking line where he's going, and they thought that was genius. This one is like, it's here, 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 and they look and they're like, nope. This is nothing.
There's nothing, but there's obviously like a territory that they're in.
Yeah, and it's a very small town.
It's a small town, and this is a small part of the island. Okay, so they decide that there has to be two of them.
Yes.
And the second one is what destroyed the bathroom at Patty's house.
There's a male storming about looking for a wife and an egg.
Yes. So he
And
asks,
I in my notes, I'm like, why they don't think these things are hermaphroditic, I don't know. But the movie
they
doesn't care.
Lay eggs.
they lay eggs.
Well, so did Grant, who had two things.
That's
one
true.
was sperm and one... Look, Slither was a worse movie. Anyway, let's move on.
But he laid the eggs and a sperm at the same time. So this one is laying eggs and the male has to come in. But Grant had both.
How do slugs do it? They're hermaphrodites.
I don't know. I don't know anything about slugs.
Okay, then let's just move on. I'm sorry I
How
brought it up.
do worms do it?
I don't...
Do
like,
they just-
I...
Do you
they-
just
they
cut
just-
them in half and they
They
become
just
soup?
make new worms.
No, maybe. No, I'm
They
not going to
just generate a worm generates another worm. Right?
Somehow, I don't know.
That seems like some real medieval
carry on, I'm
science
just going
bullshit.
to
We
look
cannot do a Wikipedia page. on this.
Chat, do you know how worms reproduce?
This is my fault. Okay, so
She's still looking it up.
Why you just keep getting AI overviews?
yeah,
course.
you are right. I mean, obviously, there's an egg situation.
One person lays the egg, the other one fertilizes the egg.
Fertilizer, yeah, sure.
And in Slither, he did both.
Right.
Yeah.
But why can't this thing do both?
It doesn't have the genitalia to do both.
We don't know that. What
I
if
mean,
it...
obviously it doesn't because that's the way the movie is telling us.
Right. All of this is...
Okay, here.
Okay. Tell us about worms.
For fuck's sake. I'm going to prepare another drink.
According to brotherswormfarm.com,
Great. It's my favorite worm farm.
most worm species like red wigglers and European night crawlers require a partner to breed and reproduce. Earthworms start the reproduction process by laying upside down next to one another and joining their head areas in a tight embrace.
Sound familiar, Lindsay?
Each worm secretes sperm into the tiny storage sacs of their partner. Okay?
I've done my joke.
The worms then untangle and self-secrete a fluid that hardens and becomes the cocoon. The cocoon rolls off the worm's head, and fertilization occurs when it passes over the ovaries and sperm storage sacs. From these cocoons, tiny worms will hatch anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks or longer based on conditions.
Interesting.
All right, good to know. I mean, that is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I
They
never even-
both exchange sperm.
Yeah. So, see, that is kind of... Actually, that gives me all the credence in the world. Because I was thinking, yeah, it laid the eggs, but what if another one just like it then comes along and puts sperm on it?
Technically, this is not a worm.
We don't... This is from space.
What is a worm?
But then why are we hashing it out?
We'll never finish this movie. Let's just post
I tried.
psychology questions.
Okay.
So
So they
part...
decide that the second creature destroyed Patty's house. He asks Patty, hey, did you show the grabber to anybody else? He's like, yeah, Tag Murphy got spit in the face. Murphy was the name. Then the cops share a look.
Right.
So then...
Because now we're knowing that the spray is
a
tagging
tagging,
them
yeah.
like a pheromone
Right.
or whatever.
Right, exactly, like a pheromone. So then Lisa's like, how's it getting around? It needs water.
It's like it fucking rained.
Right, so...
Patty literally goes...
So like Pat's like, there's no such thing as dry land when it's
When it
raining.
rains.
Yeah. And then they're like, hey, there's a storm due tonight.
See that third act coming a mile away.
Yep. So then Patty suggests that it's hiding out at Black Rock Caves.
Because it's underwater when the
And
tide
it's
is
in
in.
the territory.
Yeah. They're able to walk into this thing now that the tide's out.
So all three of them go to the beach, but they leave Patty behind, and the Gardas go into the cave.
Yes.
Inside, they find some fisherman rain clothes, which is obviously from the missing fisherman. Patty, meanwhile, finds a cache of eggs on the beach. He starts to dig it out, but he sees things moving inside, which startles him.
Yes.
Kieran, inside the cave, then starts yelling, hello, really loud. He's like, just to check. And then suddenly a giant...
Here comes Daddy.
Yep, here comes Daddy.
From here on out, he will be called Daddy.
Daddy. He is called Daddy, yes.
This motherfucker is huge.
He's huge.
Terrifying. And moves like... I don't know if you... I know you have seen The Edge of Tomorrow, otherwise known as Live, Die, Repeat. It's a Tom Cruise movie. It's the best thing Tom Cruise has done forever.
That's why I don't like
It's
Tom.
Groundhog's Day against
I don't like
aliens.
Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
so I never watch anything
No,
he does.
and I understand that for sure.
It moves like that.
It's literally the best thing Tom Cruise has done in I don't know how long.
We rewatched it recently.
Because
it was still really good.
he lets himself be a cowardly asshole in the beginning. He has to develop over time because he's trapped. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The aliens in these things are exactly this.
They move the same way.
And it came out 2 years after this, so I think they really cribbed this thing because this thing is a giant tentacle
It's like
mass,
a ball of tentacles that rolls.
but when it goes after you, it turns into a tentacle wheel.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying
It is
to
terrifying,
see coming
yeah.
at you because it's also 12 feet tall when it's rolling.
Taller than that.
Yeah,
it's like
maybe
20 feet tall.
Yeah, it's huge. You see the cover of this movie and it's like the tavern with this giant monster on top. That's not too much of an exaggeration
Right.
of how big this thing is.
Absolutely. So anyways, the monster shows itself and they run.
They run.
Yeah. So as they're trying to get out of the cave, they get to a really tight spot and they barely get through, but they get through and it's just too tight for the grabber. Kieran says, hey, it's okay.
All you can see in this giant crack is this sucking mouth.
Yeah. And he's like, it's okay, he can't get out. And then suddenly the tentacle tongue whips out and he gets his hat. And so then they leg it. And they tell Patty to leg it. So they get back to the lab and Kieran starts pouring gasoline on the female.
Yeah, real quick though, there's a voiceover on the car going back to the lab where they need to call the ERU, which is the emergency response unit, the higher ups in Ireland.
okay.
And they're like, they won't send anyone out here because of the storm.
Right.
So we are on our own
Yeah, they're isolated.
until the morning.
Sure. Okay, back at the lab, they're pouring gasoline on the female grabber, and Lisa is standing ready with a fire extinguisher because they're getting ready to light the damn thing on fire. As they're pouring gasoline, they're telling Dr. Adam what they found. And Dr. Adam's like, wait, you can't light that. But they do it anyway, and the sprinklers come on.
Because of the sprinklers.
And Dr. Adam wasn't trying to keep them from murdering it. He was trying to keep them from getting the
water
sprinklers
reviving
on.
it. And because of Karen's just, fuck it, I'm going to do it, Dr. Adam goes, you really are Irish. I want to know if Irish people are cool with this movie or not.
Okay, Patty then starts nervously backing away. He's like, I'll see you guys later, and leaves. They get the water turned off. It's a cute little scene where they all fumble to turn the water off.
Yeah, I love the weaponing up here.
So
Do you have
okay.
that?
Yes. Then they slowly advance towards the grabber. Dr. Adam grabs a chair as a weapon, and then Lisa grabs the smallest knife in history.
And Karen,
Karen
checks that both of them are picking up something, so he
rolls up a magazine.
the first thing he gets is a magazine and rolls it up like he's going to smack a dog on the nose.
And then they're like, is it dead? And then suddenly it wakes up and it spits Kieran in the face.
Yep.
And then attaches to his head.
Yep.
So he's stumbling around and for a while trying to beat it off his own head with whatever he can find.
Now, there is one little thing that we've missed. And
Uh-oh.
during all of the traversing into the cave and whatever, Kieran keeps hitting his flask. And there is a
he's been drinking, yeah.
Yeah, there's a conversation in the cave. Lisa and Karen about social drinking versus alcoholism. Lisa's like, you're a full-blown fucking alcoholic. And he's like, no, I just drink on occasion. She's like, no, look at you. And he's like, why the fuck do you care about this?
Right.
That's important here.
Right.
Because
it is important.
as
He's been drinking the whole time.
he's attacked by this thing, he's able to get it off and like puke blood up, right?
So they get it off. Dr. Adam and Lisa get it off him. They're pulling it all off, and his face is all bloody. And the grabber then starts vomiting blood.
Yes. So they're both kind of like sickened by each other.
Right. So then it falls over, and it's like knocked out or something. Kieran starts stomping on it, and then they all start smashing it to death.
This is all hilariously from the POV of the creature. All three actors are standing over and just like kicking into the camera, and they stop for a second, and then they start doing it again.
Is it dead? Not
Yeah.
dead.
So then Patty shows back up, because that's the kind of guy he is. Kieran asks how he is still alive. He's like, Kieran is like, how are you still alive, Patty?
What's the
'Cause
common denominator here?
It took 3 people to get this off of me. Patty's like, I was always lucky. But then Dr. Adams says it mustn't have liked his blood. And Lisa asks him when he was eating lately. And Kieran realizes that it wasn't what he was eating. It was he was drunk.
Yeah,
he was
it's
drunk.
the booze.
It was the booze.
So tonight we lock in, we weather the storm, and we get drunk.
Yep.
And then thunder peals. That's how they're going to survive the night.
It's how they're going to get. Yep. It's how they're
get
going to
through
survive.
the storm and get like help from the outside.
Right. So they go to the pub and they get the landlord Brian involved.
They go through the menu of what Patty drinks in a night. And they have to...
Right. Well, that's later. But I guess they decided they were going to get Patty level drunk. They need
Patty,
to be
exactly.
level drunk, yes.
So they need to know what Patty... Now,
Yes.
what we also learn is Lisa doesn't drink. Literally has never drank, right?
Yes.
And during this conversation also, Karen is like, I'm the only one here that's going to be able to stay sober and make sure this is good.
No, he said, I'm useless when I'm drunk. I need to stay sober.
Okay, but that's the wildest thing for a drunk to say.
Yeah.
You're so good when you're drunk. But obviously Lisa's looking at him like, I don't know if we could trust you.
Because somebody has to stay in charge and needs somebody to be sober.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's also going to be an alcoholic in a pub. So is he going to be able to pull this off? Those are the stakes.
It is definitely the stakes, yes. So they decide that they're going to get Lisa drunk.
Right.
Patty level drunk.
On Patty's menu of the night, which is
and
insane.
they actually are going to do a blood test. Like, they're going to use her to figure out how drunk everybody needs to be to injure this.
I mean, we go through it. This is like a scientific method.
Yeah, it is. So we're sitting around a little round table. All the boys are watching Lisa drink. There's like 8 pints on the table.
Right.
And they're empty. And she's like drinking the last of the last one, and she's completely hammered. And then Patty then pulls out homebrew out of his jacket.
So this is, he forgot
He also has some
last nip
homebrew.
of poutine. So poutine is a
moonshine.
Irish, huh?
It's moonshine.
It's moonshine. It is probably 100 proof.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Everclear. It's made out of grains and potatoes, and it's clear, nasty, toxic
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, like, we see her drink it, and it's just, you could tell that it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost kills Dr. Adam later.
later.
This is the secret weapon of the movie going forward.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so now that she's drank everything that Patty drank that night, they're testing her blood on the grabber. So they, pull a vial out of her blood, and they, like, kind of put it in a glass, and the grabber's tongue pops out and it sucks it all up. And then it starts seizing and foaming.
It seems to die.
Yeah.
Now they test. That seemed to work. So what was your alcohol level?
So they test her breathalyzer test.
And it's fucking 0.2.
It is 0.2. Yeah, it's so much.
for people who don't have the context, 0.8 is what you would be legally drunk if they pulled you over and made you breathe.
So the doctor, it's the original core group plus Dr. Adam, and the 2 cops, but also the county doctor and Brian. Right? Those are the boys. Yeah. The group right now we added the county doctor somehow just got pulled in without.
Yeah, I mean, that's what was kind of annoying about the character is like.
There's probably a cut scene.
Sure.
Yeah.
And also now it's going to, like, why? Anyway, we're going to get the rest of the town.
So the county doctor's like, we would have to like drink 10 pints just to get that drunk. And so then they'll like, we're going to have to do shots.
Right.
That's the only way. So then they decide to go to church and make an announcement at church, because I guess the whole town is at church.
That's exactly
right.
It is
Sunday night.
It's Sunday night. It's this tiny town. The whole rest of the place is at church. They need to convince them that they're going to have a proper Craig.
Yeah.
Which is, I looked up, a Craig is just a fucking
It's a party. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody's invited, and nobody's interested until they say open bar.
Yeah, open bar.
Free bar.
So party's on.
So now the entire island is at the pub, and they're all having a great time getting hammered. So now the core team is in the kitchen, and they're like, what weapons do we got?
Yep. We've got a nail gun. We've got a pellet gun. We've got a super soaker.
Mm-hmm.
And for
No, I love the doctor is like, I got a nail gun, and I got a board with a nail in it, and then never comes back.
So I know it doesn't, but let me actually say that. He's like, I've got a nail gun, and then the same guy who said that picks up a board and goes, chunk, chunk, and I've got a board with a nail.
It was so
cute.
It
is very funny.
It was really funny.
And then the silliest thing is like, I got a super soaker. They're like, water feeds him. He's like, it's not going to be
petrol in it.
It's not going to be filled with water, which obviously
he's like, it's a flamethrower if I put petrol in it, which is dumb.
All of this is dumb.
Okay, so
and none of it matters really. Only the nail gun for a second.
The only real weapon here is the nail gun.
Yeah.
There's nothing really. Okay, so
the rain has come. The storm is on.
Yeah.
Lisa and Craig are out front in sorry. And Kieran, I've just started putting K down.
Oh, okay.
Are sitting out front, just alone in a car together, having a little meet
Except for
cute.
it's spelled with a C in Irish.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I can't help myself. I'm so sorry.
You want to do this for longer?
I'm so sorry. I can't help myself.
And, of course, Lisa's incredibly drunk and is getting kind of flirty and shit.
She is. Like, she admits to fancying him.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the camera goes back inside, the team is guarding the pub, keeping everybody inside, but they're also getting very drunk. Kieran then checks in with Dr. Adam on the radio, and he says all good. And Kieran goes into the kitchen, and he notices Patty's homebrew. He has a small shot of it. Just a small shot.
And it knocks him.
It knocks him out.
It just knocks him out.
Yeah.
He's
So
immediately out of his mind with drink.
So then the doctor has to pee.
County doctor.
County doctor has to pee. And
obviously, there's the whole town is in here, and there's
whole
a
town.
line, and
There's
he's
a
like,
line for
well,
the
fuck it,
bathroom.
I'm going to go outside.
So he hands Patty his nail gun, and he goes outside. And then this is one where there's a sweet little romantic scene where Lisa tells Kieran she feels like she's known him forever.
And this is where it comes out that Kieran's wife actually didn't die.
His wife isn't dead. She just left him.
She just left him.
Yeah.
And he didn't drink that much before.
He didn't drink before. Yeah.
This is just all in the response of him getting a divorce.
Yeah, he just, like, she left me, I became a drunk. There was also, like, some comment at another time from, like, he was a really good detective and they don't know why he's here.
Right.
Like there's whatever happened to this relationship ruined his life.
Like, ruined him.
Yeah.
Which, it's an interesting thing to do because a death is such easy shorthand in movies to be like, oh, he couldn't get past a death.
They lessened it.
And they lessened it, which makes it more interesting to me, where he's just like, I just couldn't pull myself together.
Maybe they needed it to be easier to get over?
I have no idea.
Yeah, to come back out, because he comes back out really fast.
This isn't a type of movie that really, like, gives a shit about that. I mean, you know what actually bonds you is fucking blowing up a giant monster
That's true.
together.
You trauma bonding over monsters. Okay, so we're doing a scene now from the perspective of a grabber coming up on the doctor.
Yes.
Okay? And oh my god, there's so many of them. There's like these tiny little.
Hang on.
Okay, you do it.
No. Okay, so no, you go. Keep going. This is interesting.
So like, there's like we're coming up on the doctor, and he's like, "What is going on?" And then it turns out there's just like so many of these cute little wormy.
So
things.
everyone at minute 62, say goodbye to Wormuary because now we have worms.
Now we have worms. There's all these little wormy things that look like leeches with little tiny teeth and tentacles, and they're making baby noises.
They're making baby. I know this doesn't sound good.
They
are these little fucking cute maggots, basically, that have flared faces. Mm-hmm. And if you know, like, the bar scene in Gremlins or whatever, they're all knocking each other over and, like,
they're all, like,
they're
fumbly little babies. They're adorable.
They are the cutest fucking thing. And it took an hour and 2 minutes to find worms in here.
Yes, there are worms. It is a Wormuary movie.
Baby these things.
Yes. Okay, but the Garda are so involved with each other in this truck, they don't even notice that these babies are coming up on the doctor. And a grabber gets the doctor. Yes. An actual daddy grabber,
Daddy
right?
comes and takes the doc.
Yeah. So the Garda then run out of the car.
And
then they notice. Yeah. And Lisa's like stomping and smashing the baby grabbers while Kieran pulls the guy off the doctor's face.
Okay, so what I have here, and then Daddy shows up, huge and spiraling. Doctor looks up with the mouth directly above him. The whole mouth goes down over the doctor's entire body and then just spits out his head.
Yes.
And Lisa goes, fuck that. And they run.
Yes.
So when they say fuck that, they run back to the car and now Daddy is on top of their car. So Kieran and Lisa are back in the car and Daddy's on top.
So they run back to the car and Lisa gets in the driver's seat. Yeah, and the car won't start. And she's really fucking drunk. Then she starts trying to arrest the grabber while it attacks the car.
Yeah.
She's
Come on, Lisa, be serious.
So is it Kieran that starts the siren?
No, I think it's an accident. Kieran radios Brian to open the door. He's like, we're coming. Open the door. Which then they hit the sirens. And it startles the grabber enough that they escape.
They escape. So this scene is so pretty looking. It's the pullback from this police car. Blue lights are going off and the siren's going off. And this daddy grabber is sitting on top of it screaming at it because its siren is up. And it's like banging down on it while the two of them are running
and it demolishes
towards
that
camera.
car.
Yeah.
It does. It demolishes
looks
it.
Awesome.
All right. So now they're inside. Brian grabs the super soaker full of petrol, and tells Adam to grab the lighter.
Oh, yeah. God damn, this is so stupid.
Meanwhile, Lisa's trying to help Kieran move the table across the floor to, like, barricade the door, but she's impossibly drunk and can't help, really.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. She's basically
Everybody's
flopping on
failing.
the table.
So, like, right now you have, like, a comedy of errors in this kitchen where you have two drunk people trying to light a wick on a super soaker.
Okay.
And one person sober, but the other two trying to move a table across the
A sober
floor.
person trying to move a table across from a drunk person trying to put the opposite weight across it, like... And if you've ever seen a flamethrower, it has a pilot light underneath the barrel. And then that is what, when the fuel comes out, ignites.
Yes.
They have taped a fucking candle to the bottom of it. So it's just got a little fucking wick. And they're trying on the floor to light this tiny candle, which they do. And then he runs out into the rain.
Yeah, he's like yelling the whole time. Ah!
Boy, that's gotta have to be. Which, of course, immediately makes it go out.
Right, and he's like, great ugly bastard, have some of this shit. And he starts pump, 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 pump on the super soaker. And nothing happens.
Because they taped a candle to it.
But the grabber noticed him. It starts to get really close, but then Kieran grabs him and gets him back inside, and everybody's in the pub. And they go into the main body of the pub. They're no longer in the kitchen.
Right.
They get back in the kitchen, and Brian runs behind the bar, and he goes pop, pop, pop on all the taps.
The
and
bar's dry.
The bar's dry. And he's like, well, somebody has to go outside and change it, or we're going to run out of alcohol.
Right.
So Kieran then tries to move the party upstairs. He gets, like, on a table. It's like, hey, everybody, let's move it upstairs. And everybody's like, no, we just want to go home. We're done. And, like, why can't we leave? And Lisa's like, because of the rain, you can't leave, which is a dumb excuse in Ireland. And then Brian gets really mad at Patty, and they start to box for some fucking reason. And Dr. Adam vomits. So, like, the party's, like, just devolving.
I've been to this party. It didn't have a monster outside, but it might as well have. Where everyone started, we were locked in. It's weather. It's ice storm, whatever. We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
And it's all like, hey, it's a party because we can't go nowhere. And then 10 hours in, less than that, 8 hours in, we're like, these people are killing each other. These people who should not be fucking are fucking. Like, everyone's mad or, like, about to be mad, and you can't leave.
You can't leave.
So it's a nightmare.
As they're trying to get everybody to go upstairs, Lisa's like, hey, don't worry, everybody. We got it under control. Nothing's trying to kill you. And then everybody notices she said that. And then Dr. Adam goes outside because he wants a photo with it for National Geographic.
So this is cool, too. So he goes outside, and he's like, again, he's trying to make money off this thing, like Patty was.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm
Well, I
going
think
to
he
take...
wants to be famous, not money.
Sure, the same thing.
Yeah.
And he's got a camera, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, don't worry, it won't eat me.
Yeah, he's like, it doesn't
I'm
wanna eat me.
drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a giant thing that will just spit you out if it doesn't want to eat you. Why do you think it wouldn't try to eat you in the first place? But it looks cool, because he walks up and starts taking flash photography.
And it starts to pet him. Like,
oh, yeah.
It does. It starts to pet Dr. Adam.
So this is for the first time you see kind of the ends of a tentacle, and they have kind of a red pad with little bristles.
Which is like a squid. They have, like, squid pads. Yeah.
So this is the first time you see it, and it reaches up, and it's, like, bigger than his face, and kind of does that on the side of his face.
Yeah, and it backs up a little, and Dr. Adam's like, you see, I told you it wouldn't hurt me.
You see, it's just
and
an
then
animal.
it just flicks him like a mile away.
Out of the movie.
Yeah, we don't
it
see
is so good. It just goes, it's just an animal. It goes, flick, and then you see his corpse. What? Because I'm sure this thing broke its neck the moment it flicked him off into the moonlight. It's
Dr.
hilarious.
Adam is not here no more. So Kieran gets everybody upstairs because now they're all panicked.
So the bar's a riot now.
And all of the baby grabbers are now getting into the pub.
Yes. And they're swinging on the lights, and they're knocking each other off the bar, and they're cooing the whole time.
They are. They're so adorable.
Like giggling. They're very cute.
They're very fucking cute. Okay, so they're upstairs, and he's telling the panicked townspeople that they're all going to be fine, that they've been drinking all day, and
it's allergic to drunks.
It's allergic to drunk people, and nobody's been bitten. But outside, we hear thumping. Thump,
yeah,
thump,
daddy
thump.
stomping.
Yeah, it's swinging a
And
sheep.
it's throwing sheep at
the
door. It's picking up sheep and throwing them, like, to get in.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So Patty says that this is some sort of mating ritual, and that it's following the female scent, and it sprayed Kieran at the lab.
Right.
So, and Kieran's like, what does that mean? And Patty's like, well, it's going to try to mount you somehow, and failing that, it's going to rip you limb from limb.
Yes. Upstairs, everyone's sobering up.
Yeah.
They decide to use Cooney's truck to try to grab the grabber, which is a wild plan.
No, they want to go to the construction site to get one of the big grabbers.
Sure. It's a
construction grabber.
It's a giant thing at Cooney's.
It's like a digger,
thing.
but it's like got the
It's
claw.
a grabber to grab a grabber.
Yeah, a grabber to grab the grabber. Yeah. That's the title of the fucking episode.
And they need
Grabber.
no. I'm leaving this up to Jamie. She's going to have to listen to this bullshit 5 times. They need the drunkest to make the run, and they decide on Lisa, right?
They do. So basically, they're going to use the grabber to hold the monster up
To the
above the
sun.
ground until the sun comes out and dry it out.
Oh, this is a really dumb idea.
It's a dumb idea because it came from a drunk person. But Kieran is the only sober person and he agrees with it. Whatever.
Right.
So, like, they decide that Lisa's idea is genius, but they need the keys. Brian's keys is his truck. They need his truck. And the keys are on the kitchen table. So then the priest and Patty are like, well, we need somebody to go get the keys. And Kieran can't go because he's sober, so all those worms will eat him alive. So they gotta send the drunkest person here. And the drunkest person here is Lisa. And Kieran's like, absolutely fucking not. But nobody else will go, and Lisa's happy to go. She's
so basically, they arm her with a nail gun, and then Karen is running counter of her.
Well, she says, I'm your shining knight in silver armor.
Yeah, I know. It's great. I do not. I have. No, I don't think. Never mind. I've been around drunk people mixing up their words so often that I don't find it cute.
Yeah. All right, so they decide to make a dummy for some reason of Kieran to distract.
Yeah.
While they run for the truck. Yeah.
Brian
So
Patterson-
the whole group of townspeople are trying to make a dummy while Lisa goes downstairs to try to get the keys.
Yes.
And she's the drunkest person here, which means that they won't want to eat her. So we go downstairs, and the bar is full of cute little grabbers doing dumb baby things.
And they're so cute that when Lisa puts one on the counter and nail guns its face to the bar, I was like, stop.
And then it still wiggles.
Yeah. I was like, I'm kind of on these worms' side at this point.
It's fucking cute. Okay. And then one of them attaches himself to her ankle, and she, like, kicks it across the room, and it hits the jukebox and turns on the song.
So what
now
starts
it's the soundtrack.
what starts playing is Bopalina by Ronnie Self, which is a weird song that like isn't well known. I think it was a big I don't know, I have it here somewhere. But the one thing that's notable about him was he was a severe alcoholic, and his erratic onstage behavior and unpredictable, energetic live performances stalled his career progression forever. He died in Springfield, Missouri in 1981 from cirrhosis, age 43.
Wow,
and my notes
that's my age. I'm 43.
I know. My joke is that a joke? I don't know what this is. Because the song's not good.
No, well, and Una's like, this is my favorite. I love this song. Una's like, I love this song when it came on. So Lisa is in the kitchen, and she finds the homebrew and a lighter. But she has to crawl on the ground to find the keys. She's like basically like picking things up and putting them in her pockets. While she's down there, Daddy grabs her and starts sending his tentacles through the door.
Yeah, it's cool because the camera's on her. She's on her hands and knees, and in the background is the door, and the door opens up, and just a spill of tentacles come in.
And so she screams and starts to wildly shooting nails, which then takes the power out of the building. She gets out of the kitchen and back into the bar, but then lights the lighter so she can see where she's going. But, you know, there's alcohol over the bar because these worms have been spilling everything.
Right. She lights the bar on fire.
Yeah, basically.
She's dragged across.
And then Daddy grabs her again, and she lands on her stomach, and everything lights up. As the grabber is dragging...
Which sucks because upstairs is full of people.
It's
so
full of
the
people.
whole thing's on fire.
Yeah. As the grabber is dragging her through the kitchen, she picks up a butcher knife. No, sorry, like, not a butcher knife. What's the one that... Is that a butcher knife? The big square one?
A cleaver?
It's a
Cleaver.
cleaver.
Thank you, cleaver.
Yeah, it's a
and
meat
she
cleaver.
starts hacking at the tentacle, and so she gets free and runs back into the pub. But upstairs, they smell smoke, and they try to run down the stairs, but there's fire in the way, and they can't get down. Kieran asks Brian if there's another way out, and it seems to be a window. So Daddy Grabber now has found them upstairs, like through the window. You see his big eyeball. And Lisa has got the truck, and she finds Kieran, who's crawled outside the window and is like scaling the building.
So Karen has basically drops down into the truck, and that's enough to be like, this is why Daddy's here, is the smell of Karen.
Yeah.
So as the two of them drive off, Daddy follows.
He does.
Right?
And they drive to the construction site. They get to the construction site. Kieran's like, okay, you can stop now. You can stop now. And she just keeps driving until she hits a giant pile of gravel.
Right. Now, the construction site it's hard. It's like a big ditch. It's like a big hole in the
They are
ground.
looking for Cooney's keys to start the machines.
Right.
Right? So they split up. And Kieran is basically going to start a distraction while she looks for it or something. I don't know. Because he does
a lot is happening here in the rain.
It is, and he's like not picking the right places, and then he tries to create a distraction. So I posit that he was always going to do that, but maybe not. So Kieran heads to some like ruins of what looks like a sawmill, and he's got a flare gun. And he's pointing it at some barrels, and he's like trying to like wait for the grabber to act so he can blow up.
Right. So all of this is like he's on his own, faced off with this thing, and he's about ready to flare gun something, almost about ready to sacrifice himself.
Yeah, he is.
And then from behind, you hear, "Get away from him, you cunt!"
That was later. You're not there yet.
It's literally right here.
No. So first, the grabber flicks his tongue and knocks Kieran off the high perch he's on, and he's on the ground.
Okay.
And so then his leg seems to be injured, and he finds the flare gun he dropped, but the grabber's about to pounce. Then we see headlights from behind the grabber, and it's Lisa in a digger, and she's yelling, "Get away from him, you cunt."
Great. So I love that those little pieces
You had to.
Anyway,
You had to know he's on the ground.
So clearly an Aliens homage of "Get away from her, you bitch."
You bitch, yes.
And she
'Cause
rolls
cunt
up
is
with a
okay
digger.
to say in Ireland and in the UK.
She pushes Daddy off of the edge and then keeps driving.
Yeah, she goes with
So
him.
the digger falls on top of Daddy and pins Daddy into the ground.
Right, correct. So they're both crawling now out of the pit.
Yep.
He's going up a ladder with an injured leg, and she's like crawling out of the machine because she's a much higher up than he was and just scaling like the edge of the pit. They get out and they're happy they succeeded. And then Lisa pulls out the homebrew from her jacket and she's like, "Hey, this calls for a celebration." And then a tentacle winds slowly around the torso of Kieran. And he's like grabbing onto Lisa to like catch himself, but he only manages to pull the homebrew out of her hand.
Which we see what's happening here.
Yeah. And then he's dangling above Daddy's mouth.
And he takes the poutine and tips it.
Whenever you say that, I keep thinking poutine.
Yeah, that's why that's why I pronounce it poutine.
Anyways, he pops open the lid and he pours the homebrew down the gullet of the grabber, who then throws him away back at Lisa. And he's like, "Hey, he couldn't handle his drink."
Lisa grabs a flare gun.
Yes.
Says, "Shut your hole." Shoots her in the mouth.
She says, "Oh, shut your hole."
And kaboom.
Yes. And then he explodes. The next morning, Patty is just sitting outside and Brian comes up with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it seems like in the background at the end, there's other townsfolk going around. I'm assuming they're clearing out the worms.
I don't know. Yeah,
You
it
know.
seems to be like they probably are. Patty says, "That was fun, wasn't it?" And Brian asks him if he'd like a drink.
And they're like, "Yeah."
And he's like, "Wait, I thought you were dry." He's like, "Nah." And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
We've learned no lessons.
Kieran and Lisa are now walking back to town from the quarry. I don't know what it was. And Lisa gives him back his flask, which he throws into a bush. Lisa says she's going to take some time off, and Kieran tells her if she lived here, she'd be home already.
Sure.
And home of the Aran Island Grabbers.
Yep. And they kiss.
And he kisses her.
It's a pretty good kiss, too. Did you note the kiss? The kiss actually is pretty hot. I'm just saying. You should go back and look at the kiss. It is a thorough, well done kiss.
Okay, so he kissed her well.
He kisses her well. I don't know why you're laughing.
So then he's like, "Hey, I think we need to go pick up Dr. Gleason's dog." That's his fucking name at the very end. And
there we go.
Lisa's like, "I always wanted a dog." And then they have some serene music. And
It's
then
more,
we see a beach.
more Ireland B-roll.
Yeah, and then the waves are coming in and out.
Yeah.
And then we see a patch of eggs.
Eggs on the beach. Because, why did anyone think that this infestation was over? Mm-hmm. They all just got drunk, sobered up, maybe cleared out a few, actual worms around it. Didn't think that, there might be eggs everywhere on this island.
Yeah. And that's the end.
That is the end. This was fun.
I feel like we were a little spastic.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a goddamn mess. But perfect for the movie. Perfect for the end of Wormuary. Mm-hmm. It's another Wormuary for the books. It's such a special time of year. I want to thank the three of you. And the others that are adding. Oh, I did get a little...
Three of you.
Well, John.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you have any vibes about this?
Okay, my vibes about this movie. I don't think that I need to say anything more. This is a fun romp. Okay, if you just want a fun little monster movie with some romance and some humor and monsters, nothing disgusting. Go for it. It's a good movie.
If you want to maybe go to Ireland and
yeah.
also want to watch a monster movie, this
Sure.
is the perfect
It's
thing
pretty.
for you.
It's
incredibly
it is.
pretty.
There's nothing bad about this movie at all.
No, it's just a little slow, but all that slowness is just beautiful vistas of
Sure.
the Emerald Isle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a fun Saturday afternoon watch.
All right. All that's left is
Hey, no, but we were supposed to discuss
what
our favorite Wormuary movies were this year.
Hey, good call. Good call.
Yes, we
God
were supposed
damn,
to
we're
like
gonna have to
review
take this.
Wormuary this year.
So what was, of our Wormuaries this year, what was your favorite?
My favorite.
I think I already know.
Yeah, of course you already know. Of course you already know. My favorite was Lair of the White Worm.
Yeah.
Because I loved that movie.
And guys, you got to go listen to all 3 of these episodes because it's hands down Lairs of the White Worm is the best movie of the 3.
Yeah, it
which is
is.
wild. This one's fine. Slither fucking sucks. Lair of the White Worm comes out of nowhere. Guess what? That worm didn't come from space.
No,
it's
it
the only
didn't.
one that didn't come
And
from
that
space.
movie is
It
so
came from our hearts.
great. That movie is so crazy. It's so dirty. And,
And maybe
it's so...
from our pants.
Weird snake lady.
Yes, it was a really fun movie. I really enjoyed it. So I will remember
Hey,
that
Jamie,
movie.
What was your favorite Wormuary movie?
All right, I'm getting
I don't
drunk.
know. I kind of liked this one. This one was fun.
This one was fun. I think you would actually enjoy. You should watch it.
This is legit a close second.
Yeah, it is absolutely a close second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that's left is, do we have a question from John?
If you're making a sandwich, do you want the bread toasted or untoasted?
Gosh, John, that's a complicated question.
Okay, yeah, it is a
because
complicated
it
question.
Depends on the sandwich.
Well, also depends on like.
Nope, we're not. It's toasted. It's not in a pan. It's not grilled.
No, you're
Okay.
you're answering for me, and you have no idea what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get ahead of you.
My point was gonna be, okay, am I having a sandwich that I planned on having sandwiches that's like, I'm having sandwiches on Tuesday night. I bought everything for it. It's a sandwich event.
Interesting.
Then it's bread. Because I bought
Interesting.
bread and it's not in my freezer. Now, if I'm just having a random
Oh,
sandwich,
this is why.
bread is in
Oh,
my
you
freezer.
gotta toast
and I
it.
have to
Okay.
toast it. So I like, if I'm having sandwiches at an event, I really like soft, like sourdough bread or rye or jalapeno cheese bread. I don't, like, I might warm it a tiny, toast it just the smallest amount. By the way, I really love sandwiches. But I like sandwiches as an event is my thing. Otherwise, if it's just like a regular sandwich, it's toast.
It's toasted because
It came out of the freezer.
We tend to freeze the bread.
We don't eat bread enough not to.
I'm with her, no big surprise there because she's the culinary person in the house. But let me just to underline, it's been snowy, bad weather around our parts for the past week or so.
Sure.
So much so that the town shut down for a couple days.
Yeah.
Negative temperatures, snow all over the place. The first thing Lindsay did was make her own loaf of bread.
I did.
You just made bread.
I did.
We ate it in 36 hours, an entire loaf of bread, untoasted across the board.
That's not true. My last slice was toasted with cheese on top, remember?
Interesting.
Remember? Well, because by then it was like third day. And I remember I came into the kitchen and said there's the one slice of bread left. And this morning I had the second to last one. I put pepper jack on it and I toasted it. And it was amazing. It was all bubbly cheese. You should do the same thing. And then in the morning, the bread was gone. So I assumed you did the same thing.
I did not. That was too much work. It was untoasted bread.
So
I did it, but it was untoasted. So apparently it seems like untoasted is typically what we would
Prefer.
you guys are blowing my mind because I want that bread toasted every time.
Every
it doesn't
time.
matter
That's-
what kind of sandwich it is.
No.
It doesn't matter what kind of bread. I want it toasted every single time.
Interesting.
because I think we jump toasted to grilled. So if we want a toasted bread,
I will
it's a grilled
grill
cheese
it. I
or
will.
a grilled
Or sometimes
a
I
patty
just like
melt.
literally I'll just like butter and grill it just for a grilled bread sandwich. Like I will do that too.
Yeah.
I won't even make like just a standard. I don't eat meat, so it's just a vegetable sandwich
Sure.
instead of like a turkey sandwich. But I want that bread toasted every single time. Every time. If it's not toasted, I don't want it. If it's not a little crispy on the outside and warm,
If I was making like egg salad, I would put it on toast. And if I was making tuna salad, I probably would put it on toast.
Sure. I've legit stopped caring about this question.
It's making me
I'm
hungry.
sorry.
I'm
I thought that was
so
going to get a laugh
hungry.
and I was supposed to go home.
So like we ate before we came.
I was like, I am so hungry right now. The best thing that we used to make when I worked at a little bakery where we made sandwiches We made a toasted peanut butter and jelly on like a little panini press. And then I always felt like such a child because customers would come in and they'd be like, well, what's your favorite thing from the menu? And I was like,
Peanut butter and
"It's
jelly.
the toasted peanut butter and jelly." And they're like, I'm a grown up. I'm
Does
like, whatever.
the panini press fuck up the concept of toasting?
It's more like a grill.
Does that feel more like a grill or
I think it's a
griddle
grill.
It's a grill. It's
Yeah.
grilled bread,
So-
but it's also like doesn't need the fat part of like a grill.
thing? Yeah, and
bread.
a fat. So yeah.
Again, who doesn't love a sandwich? I love fucking
at
sandwiches.
the end of the day, Lindsay, that is that is the metric of all humans. You are correct.
Let's get everything in one place.
Can I get out of here now?
I gotta make a sandwich.
You have just been grabbed by another episode of the Creature Podcast. I want to thank our producer, Jamie. She's feckin' deadly at cherrystreetstudios.com or cherry_street_studios on Instagram. Thank you to Kevin MacLeod for all of our music. Our art is made by Lindsay and myself. You can get all of our episodes and our merch and justice for cute baby worms at creaturepop.com. Until next time, sláinte, John.
Sláinte.